Yeah, we just, we felt like of the evaluation of the first couple of months of the season that, Benny deserved that opportunity, and it's not a negative thing toward anyone else. It's just, that's why we were playing 4-game weekends, is to determine who would get this opportunity. So Benny's been around for a while. It's a fifth-year senior, and he really understands all the little nuances of the game and does a great job controlling the running game and building his position and all those little things. And feel like he's thrown the baseball really well in the early portion of the year. So, and he and Trevor will be our first two guys out, and then we'll be able to evaluate Georgia a little bit, a very, very good Georgia team, and see what happens on Sunday.
John, if this works out over the next couple of months, he'll face a Tyler Beatty, he'll face an Aaron Nolan. Do you feel confident in the fact that you're sending a fifth-year senior out there with experience that can handle that type of Friday night deal?
I do. I feel very comfortable with Ben. Certainly, Friday night's important, but I think there's really, there's a lot of emphasis on Friday night, but certainly winning the series and the other two games are equally important. Some of the best guys in our league don't throw on Friday night. They throw on Saturday and Sunday, and there's a reason for that also. So, but, there's a lot of hype around Friday nights. It's a fun thing in our league, and probably in every league, and we feel very comfortable giving Ben the baseball.
With the last few performances that Preston's had, do you think that he could possibly work himself into that rotation on the weekend, or are you fine where he is now and then coming out of the bullpen?
I think that's a definite possibility. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility for him to come back Sunday. In fact, we just have to see how he bounces back in the next 4 or 5 days. Georgia's a ballpark that plays small, so having a guy who can really sink the baseball is critical, a ground ball guy, and of course, what a brilliant pitching performance he had on Tuesday along with Miles. I think one ball in the air actually in 9 innings is pretty impressive. So that's the kind of performance you have to have in a really tough place to pitch at Georgia.
Is that TBA on Sunday? It has a lot to do with what happens Friday and Saturday, kind of.
I think so. Certainly, our bullpen's really important to us. That's part of our identity as well. And whoever doesn't pitch, Jonathan Holder, if he didn't pitch in the first two, obviously he would be an early guy on Sunday. Again, Lindgren, Ross, all those guys, who you haven't used the first 2 days is the guy's going to get the ball the earliest on Sunday, and certainly Preston's worked his way into the conversation there also.
Talked about that stadium playing small. How do you, as an offense, do you go about attacking that?
Well, you don't change who you are. You keep throwing to the bottom of the strike zone, and you pitch the way we do here. You want to hit ground balls and line drives in our ballpark here, and that's how we pitch. We want to get ground balls here, and we want to get them on the road. So it's really not a big adjustment for our pitching staff. We just, we need to get off to a good start. We need to have a quality start. We need to put some zeros up on the board early so that we feel comfortable, with our bullpen situation. And that last weekend, we did not get off to great starts on the road for many reasons. But, that needs to happen for us to be successful in this league.
Do you feel comfortable with how the lineup shakes out going into SEC play after having those first month as 4-game series to kind of evaluate things?
Yeah, I do. There's still a lot of pieces that can help us win games, but certainly I think our lineup is starting to solidify a little bit. And not sure that that's an absolute necessity for you to win a lot of baseball games and have a chance to go far into the postseason. Moving guys around a little bit, but C.T. Bradford's really starting to swing the bat really well, and he's more and more healthy. And certainly, we feel like the guys at the top of our order, even though they're not getting as many hits as they want, they're having productive at-bats, and that'll really come into play and when we get into league play for sure.
The other day you were talking about how Jacob Lindgren had that big relief effort the other night, and really outside of the first game of the series when he had tough luck with the infield single, I think, another single, are you really starting to see what you were kind of envisioning preseason and him coming in and really getting to work?
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen a guy in 2 innings of work with better stuff left-handed than Jacob Lindgren. I think Jacob he has tremendous stuff, and when he attacks the strike zone, it's good. I think he's got a great future. And I think he's going to have to be somebody that we're going to have to rely on down down the stretch and in SEC play.